Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another beautiful day on AngularAir. How are you all? How are you? Let's see your shiny faces in chat today with us. I'm super excited to have this special guest with us. But first, I'm going to introduce our panelists. I'm of course Alyssa Nichol, and next to me on this side is down below. I'm going to do my dangly fingers to introduce. We have Mike Brocky. Mike.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Just to bring a little
Nailed it.
bit extra weirdness to your morning or afternoon or night.
I have YouTube on the side and I just saw it again. Okay, yeah, let's pause that. Okay.
It's
Hi. Happy Tuesday. Tuesday, not Friday. Hello.
I know. It's a special guest, special episode. It's all special. It's beautiful. We'll get to it. And then we also have Justin in this corner.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. And then our special guest of the hour, Shmuela Jacobs, over here. I got it on the first try. I'm so good at directions now. Welcome, Shmuela.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I am so excited. So before we get into the topic or who Shmuela is, I just wanted to address there is a lot going on in the world right now. And personally, I've been debating whether I should go live this week or what I should do to support just the effort in Ukraine. And I figure that it's just a really, really stressful time, whether you're over there, whether you're close to there, whether you're wherever you are in the world, it's just really stressful. And I thought that a little bit of distraction, a little bit of joy might help brighten your day. So just know that we love you all and that we are sending up our thoughts and prayers, but also we wanted to bring some joy today. So hopefully we can spread that. But Shmuela, I was hoping you could do an introduction for those not blessed to know you, because I don't even remember when we met. It's kind of creepy. Mike and Justin, they have these like memories. They like lock in these weird details. They're like, yeah, I remember 20 years ago there was a penny on the sidewalk. And I'm like, okay. But they do it with code too. I think it's what makes them brilliant programmers. So
that penny was heads up, and it was a 1974 penny.
It was slightly tarnished, but
I'm not even kidding.
Had an edge that's rough.
They have both done this to me, and it drives me. I'm like, who remembers these things? So all I remember of Shmuela is that I've known her for a long time. She's an amazing developer, teacher, mom, just person in general. Like happy to spend time with her any chance I get. But as far as like, I can never do specifics. I can't even do it with like friends and family. I just don't have that kind of memory. So could you tell people a little bit about yourself, what you're up to these days, where they might know you from?
All right. Well, first, I want to apologize. I think my Wi-Fi is a little bit flaky here, so I hope I can get everything that you say and you can hear me well. Sorry. So I'm Shmuela Jacobs. I'm based in Israel. Like I said, I'm an NG mom. I have two boys. You might have seen Nadav. He's just celebrating 4 years old. Last Friday. Yeah, it's amazing. And you might have seen him in some videos or in some conferences. Like he's been touring with me in conferences when we could do that. And the other NG baby, still an NG baby, is Asaf. He's 1.5 years old, a bit more than that. And he's waiting to tour with me also. Yeah. What else can I tell you? I'm the founder of NG Girls. NG Girls has been running since 2016, and now it's a great time that I can put a lot more effort into this and grow the activities that we do, because I just resigned from my job. I was working at Microsoft as a cloud advocate for the past 3 years. I'm still technically an employee, but only for 2 more weeks. And that's it. Going on a new journey with NG Girls and the other stuff that's on my mind, mainly with Angular.
How long have you been in the dev? Because you said you've been dev on DevRel at Microsoft for 3 years, but how long have you been in dev in general?
I think it was 2014 when it was the summer of 2014 when I took the AngularJS course, and that's how I started working at it professionally. I just finished my master's degree, which I was also doing some learning and doing programming during the master's degree. I actually also worked as a student for a while as a programmer, but 2014 thing was the big transformation into the web development and Angular.
I just want to ask you all, just maybe a weird question, because you talking about the AngularJS course just brought it to my mind. Seriously, do any of you miss AngularJS?
So Mike and I were just talking about this the other day. Yeah, I brought up and mentioned what I do miss is the ability in AngularJS to have multiple templates for your component, right? And the ability to just have the component logic and then just drive it by dynamically pick this template or another. So I do miss that part.
Okay.
I'm kind of happy it's still.
You're what? Sorry.
I'm going to defer to Shmuela. Go ahead.
Well, I actually got to see a few AngularJS projects lately, and it's I remember the new way to write commands, this new concept of components, which is now just it's just part of Angular, and I really love the forms module. I did such a big research on that module. I call it the forms module. Was it called a module?
Was it
forms?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure forms module is new, right? AngularJS didn't. Boys, you're gonna have to chime in with your eidetic memories here. Of Mike, I know you know.
Ooh, look, a penny. I don't remember that one actually. Mike maybe remembers.
I think forms was just part of Angular because I remember it just being you brought in angular.min.js.
And it had it. Yeah. It just was there.
I will be right back.
Okay, I heard the doorbell. That was cute. That's a cute exit. You know what? I bet you anything he has a Stream Deck button. That's a doorbell sound, so he can just. Oh no, I liked AngularJS. It was my first love. How can you not miss it? But no, the ecosystem and the community has only gotten bigger and better. So I like where we are too now. I was seeing if chat was chiming in yet. Hi everybody. We've got I'm gonna butcher it. Afsar. Did I say that right? Maybe. Welcome. So yes, Shmuela, I know it was a couple months ago because everything with scheduling has been happening, but you were showing me this Remedy app that you were working on. And I was hoping that we could talk a little bit about it and maybe share some code today because I was like, oh, this looks fun. Can you tell us, can you remind me the backstory of why you created the app and what was happening?
Well, yeah, I wanted to give a talk in a conference. I actually did it in a few conferences since about stress and burnout and how to deal with it because these are things that I've been going through in the past. Well, I think everybody has had some stress in the past few years at least. And it's a very familiar subject whenever, even without COVID. People get stressful at work and with the family, and they get burnout. And I thought that it's a good topic to bring to start discussing in the community. And I have learned also a lot from like different resources. Like, you know, when there's lockdown and you're at home with the kids, you can't really code your, you can't really work. But what you can do is like put on some YouTubes or some courses online, and got a lot of ideas from there. And I wanted to bring the best ideas of how to deal with stress into the talk and into this application. So the application actually is small.
I remember you telling me about that. You were saying how you remind me of Mike in a way, because Mike was like, I'm doing this nutrition planning. I should build an app. His mind doesn't go, I bet there's an app for that. His mind goes, I should build an app. So I love that. You both are just, I don't know, it's like this builder brain that you have going on. But you were telling me about it. Can you show it off real quick while we talk about it? Because I wanted to, there was something, I think you were talking to me about how traditional meditation like just didn't vibe with you. I think you had said something about that. And so I wanted to show off the app and see if we can talk a little bit about what you built. Hi, Kate. Hi, Ankit. It's so good to see you all in the chat.
Yeah, sure. So let me see how I share my screen. Oh, I can select the Chrome tab. Wow, awesome. Can you see that? I'm sharing it with you. I'm also getting into the mobile view, which is a bit nicer.
So is it meant to be on mobile, or is it meant to be on mobile, or is it for both?
Yeah. Well, it's for both, but if you feel stressful, and then probably what you have available to you is your mobile phone, so you can like take it right away. You can install it on your. It's a progressive web app, so you can install it, put it on your home screen, and just open it whenever you need. So yeah, it's supposed to be. It's kind of like clean. It's not, there aren't many details there, so it's supposed to be this way. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah.
We can. Yeah.
Okay,
Kate said, awesome. Wow, an actual finished app. I feel you on that, Kate. I need to finish things. I'm proud of you, Shmuela.
It never feels finished. So, you know, there are always features that you want to add. Maybe we can discuss that, whether I should add them or not. But it really is supposed to be a minimal app that you can, just a few steps to remind you what you need to do. And yeah, like you said, it's not like a meditation app, because to get into, when you're stressful, when you're in stress, at that moment, if you haven't practiced a meditation until then you're not, it's not going to help you at that moment. But there are a few things that probably you do know how to do to help you. Do you want me to start the app and see what we're doing?
Yeah, show us around. Show us how it works.
Okay, cool. So, well, there's a very, very big start button. I hope you get that. That's actually what I want to debug later, but let's click on it. Okay, now, first, the thing we can do is just to breathe the bad stuff out. You can adjust the breathing counter to the size of your lungs, I guess. So you have 5 breaths, and you should breathe into your belly. Maybe if you've ever practiced yoga, then they teach you how to breathe into your belly, so your breaths get deeper, a lot deeper and better. And you just breathe in fresh air and try to breathe out all the bad stuff that's going on. And then another 5 breaths to breathe in good energy, good vibes. Just breathe in the sunshine, the smiles of your kids, and try to feel it flowing inside your whole body. Just think about positive things, bringing them inside your body. So let's take another 2 breaths like that.
Kate said, I need this app. It's up somewhere, right? I think I have the link. I think she's live.
Remedy.small.me.
There we go. I knew. I was like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure this is, yes.
it's-
Let me share it with the chat.
Yeah, it's the remedy for stress and burnout. Remedy.shmuel.me. Shmuel is my GitHub name, by the way. So we've had 10 breaths, and now the next thing that we can do is to express gratitude. And when you express gratitude, it kind of somehow makes a whole difference in your whole body. It's like gratitude and this bad feeling, the stress, the sadness, the anger, they can't exist together. So it's really like a magic. So what you're doing here is you're going to type in 3 things that you're grateful for right now at this moment. And it can be like stupid stuff, but as long as you're really grateful for it. So for example, I'm grateful for being part of AngularAir. And it's also a good practice to say why you're grateful for this, why it makes you happy, because it's like gives more strength to your, to your gratitude. So because I don't know, because it's an opportunity to connect with the community. I'm not gonna type in. Next, the second thing that I'm grateful for, maybe I'll ask Lisa, what are you grateful for right now?
I am grateful for my baby, Mr. Milks. He brings me so much joy.
Lisa, I'm not misspelling your name.
No, that's perfect. Baby.
Well, what's his name?
Mr. Milks is what he goes by, and that's his public name.
Because it brings us so much joy. That's
yeah. It's I just want to say, if you're out there and you're like, should I become a parent? Should I not become a parent? Because I was in that. I just want to tell you, it opens a whole other level of enjoyment in life that I never thought was possible. So just if you're on the fence like I was, just don't. It's just, you can DM me. We'll talk.
Yeah, it's a good maybe a follow-up subject. We can talk about. We can talk either about parenthood or about my problems with RxJS in this app. Whatever you want.
I know. I was gonna say I really want to get to the RxJS because you were like, "Hey, there's some RxJS bugs," and I was like, "We should make Mike and Justin fix them." I love putting them in the limelight.
Cool. We can do that. Awesome. So Justin and Mike, what do you want? What are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for the opportunity to take a look at RxJS bugs.
Woo! Oh, so Mike is grateful for RxJS bugs. Nobody in the world is grateful for RxJS bugs. Look at you. You're such a unicorn.
That's not what I was going to say but I'm adding that to the list. I was going to say I'm grateful for my health.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's good, but it can be really like stupid things like RxJS bugs also.
Yeah, like bugs.
Yeah, like
Connie
bugs.
said AngularAir on a Wednesday. I love the world and how it's Wednesday for some people. I just love it. It's so funny to me. Like, the world is funny. Silly world.
I'm not gonna lie, that hurt my brain for a good 12 seconds.
Did it? Oh, because
Wednesday? No, Tuesday. Wait,
yeah.
what?
No, Connie, Shmuela is a special guest. She needed the most special of days, which is Tuesday, Wednesday day. I was so excited for this. It's like a sneak. We snuck it in on you. Nobody saw it coming. Ha!
Dare I introduce Twensday?
Twensday. Wait, it's not Wednesday for you, Shmuela, right? It's Tuesday night.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Tuesday night. Yeah, 7 p.m. Yeah.
Oh,
Close.
yep. And then
Oh.
Asfar said, I'm grateful that I'll learn something new today. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Did I get a grateful? Is there another grateful? I think it's going to ask another one, right?
Is it? Are there 4 or 3?
There are 3, but the last part is also really, really meaningful. Maybe Justin, I don't know, maybe you can have your input there, because the last part is like it's giving us meaning for our whole life, our mission in life. It gives us
All right.
focus, and it helps us like be aligned with our with our happiness, with what makes us happy. So it's not something that you can't come up with it right now. Maybe you have something that is like an idea of your mission in life, and it can also change. That's why you have the edit button. So
I like that. I feel like it would be kind of mean, like you lock someone in. You're like, you can never change this. This is it.
This is your
like,
path.
Hey, Justin, what were you thankful for? I want to know. Tell me what you're thankful for.
I'm very thankful that you are willing to step in and run as host today, because I am trying to de-stress today, and this is one of the ways. And so I'm very appreciative that you stepped in and done that.
Do you think this is like an ironic topic then? With the de-stressing and
it may have lined up with
yeah.
my plans. Everything falls in line,
Just
when you think it's rough, things just come to you, right, with the good positive energy. So I don't know. Yes, so that's what I'm thankful for.
I really like this, Shmuela. This is such a cool app, and I think you're right as far as like meditation. It can be really hard to get into. And so this one is so much lighter and easier as far as, especially if you haven't been meditating or studying how to do that. It's something that you can do instantly without any pre-setup. Did you add a 4th one?
Did you just add it on the fly?
So I got reminded that it's actually a route, so you can have like 10 gratitudes, 100 gratitudes.
Awesome.
So we can have a 4th one. Yeah. So the 4th one for you, Justin.
So is that Alyssa is hosting AngularAir today.
Oh, you guys are goofers. Connie said, I forgot half the world is still on Tuesday. I'm grateful I've not slept yet. I know, Connie, what time is it for you? And chat, keep telling us what you're grateful for. For some reason, hearing what people are grateful for makes me smile. I feel like we should start a Twitter, what do you call it? A Twitter meme, not a meme, something that people do, a phenomenon, where we just share what we're grateful for. I feel like that would brighten things up a bit.
Like a hashtag. We should do like a hashtag, great gratitude, right? Let's start
1:26 a.m. Kate said, I'm grateful for my baby boy. He's 6 years old today. Happy birthday. Oh, Kate's baby turned 6.
So
it's going.
I'm working with Kate right now. So a little bit of story about her son is that technically it's not his birthday anymore because he was a leap baby. So he was born on February 29th. So in her words, for 1 second, it was his birthday. So an extra special birthday.
Well, how do you, so like dead serious question. How do you celebrate leap baby birthdays like that? Like, do you just like make it March 1st so that it's always, how do you?
There's no official way to do it. You do it however you feel. Whatever feels right to you and your family is what you do.
We only celebrate your birthday every 4 years. Sorry, baby.
Fun fact, my due date was February 29th, but I was earlier.
You're earlier? Yeah. The leap baby. Oh, this is so cool. You added it for, can you show me the code? I want to see the code. Can you show me?
I want to see the rest of the app first. We'll get to the code.
Oh, well, so yeah, so wait, what? Oh, that's a bug, I guess. Here, we found another bug.
I'm so excited. We're going to debug it.
Yeah, well, the thing
We're
is
not grateful anymore. Skip it. We're not grateful anymore.
Yeah. We have the next button, and then we have the mission, and that's it. That's the last step. By the way, another important thing that you can do if you can is stand with the power pose while you're thinking about your mission, because it really kind of brings the energy into your body. I did it just before going online.
It's kind of funny how close our missions are. Boys, are your missions close to Shmuela's mission as well? Or do you have missions? Do you do this?
Yes. I mean, my mission is to help everybody find their inner awesome. So I think it lines up right with this. You know?
I like that. What about you, Mike? What's your mission?
My mission is to constantly improve.
Oh, that sounds like a really stressful mission. I like it. It's good, but it's also like
there's lots of different ways to improve. Sometimes you're improving your professional stuff, your personal stuff, your relaxation, your de-stressing.
Okay, no, that's true. That's true.
So lots of different ways to improve.
Sometimes doing nothing is an improvement.
Oh, because it's like working on the de-stressing and the decluttering of your life. I like it.
Can you let my boss know I'm going to work on that later today?
It's like the chicken of the sea, you know.
Shmuela, can you show us? Can you show us the codes? You said that the gratefulness is just roused. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to stop sharing so that you can.
Just share the other one.
To do that. Maybe it's all the offering. Let me try something. Oh, all right. Yeah. I can do it this way, and then I can share my whole desktop. And then we can switch back and forth between, because that's what you need to do when you debug stuff, right? Switch back and forth from the app to the code.
To the, yeah.
Yeah.
Connie was saying, he's 1.5 years old. Do you have a baby, Connie? Tell us more. I think I missed part of that chat. Oh, what is this? Is this VS Code?
No.
I know what this is.
What is it?
This is my fave.
Webstorm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad I get to see it. I get to witness it in its glory.
It's pretty glorious, but I'm biased.
I'm like
okay, so
as an advocate, I was supposed to use VS Code, but actually one of my statements as an advocate is that I was advocating for Azure, and so people might want to try to use other IDEs. So you need to figure out how to do things also with other IDEs, not only VS Code, which has all the awesome plugins, but maybe you're into Webstorm, like I am. So, so this is Webstorm, yes. So where's the routing module? Here it is. Let me see. Oh, wow, you've got my terminal here. Let's do ng-serve, right? Oh, I'm in the wrong.
Footer, header, main, power pose. So those are just like components.
Yeah.
I assume in their own little folders. And then you've got app component.html, which is the main buddy. And then you've got the module. And we're inside of routing. Where are I'm confused. So you said express gratitude is a route, and then it has an ID. So then you just threw on, you said now you have 5 or 4. So it just made a 4th one.
Yeah. Is that what So it's like if you hit the next button, it will limit you to 3, but you can actually put whatever you want in the route and it should show it. I'm actually wondering about something. If I, for example, put here. So it was express gratitude, right? Slash. If I put something like, no, I don't know why it doesn't work. Okay, express gratitude slash, like if I do like hello. Yeah. Can you see that? Isn't that cool?
I see.
It's like Wait, Easter eggs that I find in my own application right now.
It's Easter eggs. Okay. Hang on, let me see.
Yeah. Okay, so somewhere, like I coded this app a while ago. So trying to figure out by myself also what happened here. I think there's a steps service, which defines the steps of that you take if you're hitting the next button, right? So the first step is breathing. Then you have express gratitude, 1, 2, 3, and then focus on mission. And what I did here is I'm using an observable with the router. So let's see. We have the next step, and that's where I'm firing, like I'm emitting the next one once the previous one is done. So
what is the predicate project bits? What's that? What is that?
The what?
Anybody? Is it a Webstorm thing, or is this?
So that's a Webstorm thing. Yeah, it's giving you a preview of what that argument is, and you can turn it on or off. But with it on by default, it'll tell you what the object is for that argument, right?
Like if you hover over it, or it's doing it right now. I'm confused.
No, it's doing it like in line already for you, right? By default. And then you could also make it where it's hover or whatever you want. But
so on line 22, when you call filter, it expects an argument called predicate, and it's just labeling that's the argument that you're passing in there.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand what you were talking about. Where's the predicate?
Can you see
line
on
22.
line? Yeah, line. Is it 22? Is it 21? 20? Yeah, it's 22. Next to filter, it says predicate, and then that's what we were talking about. Is the
I kind of filtered it out from my vision.
You just don't see it anymore.
I don't see it. No. Yeah, and well, it's a huge problem when I'm doing like courses. Then people start typing in what they see on my screen, and it's not part of the code. So they start typing like filter, predicate,
right,
and they don't understand why it doesn't work. And it's just it's just IntelliSense, because filter should get an argument that's the predicate.
That's the one thing I have with Webstorm is that I love it from a productivity standpoint, but I'm frustrated with it from a presenting standpoint, right? And just like you said, is that it doesn't, you can tweak it, but it's not as easy as like VS Code to go to a presentation mode where you're showing somebody code, right? If they could just bridge that gap and make it, easier to present, I think it would have all the bells and whistles.
I wonder if it would be as easy as like having a toggle where it's like, now I'm in presenter mode, so it takes away anything that's very Webstorm specific, or hides it.
I thought Webstorm had a built-in presenter mode.
Oh,
there is.
It's kind of. I mean,
is it not? Like, what is it? Does it take out those special things, or are they still there?
Oh, wait a minute. Where is it?
It might be under like window or
here, but it still shows the predicate thing.
Does it?
Yeah, but there is a way to toggle it off. I just don't remember how to do it at the moment. So I don't want to do it. But there is a simple way to turn it off.
Oh, you're right.
So you have this next step observable. Inside of it, you walk me through some logic here. We're just, for the filter.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand this line. E is navigation end, E instance of navigation end. So filter map UR slice 1. This is just so that you can essentially turn the steps into the routes that you need each time.
Yeah. So only when the navigation ends, because there are okay. So next steps actually takes events from the router. Okay, and the router emits lots of types of events. And I want only one type of event. I don't want it to emit every time that that like I start navigation and then something happens and I don't know. I just want one type that navigation was successful. And I'm using this observable. Maybe that's the main part that you need to know. Let me open here. How do I do this? Project in presentation mode. I love it. So when we're in the app and we have, I think it's in the footer. Okay. Yeah, here's the arrow. And the arrow button is it has the next step. And yeah, it's surrounded with anchor tag, which has the name, the route of the next step, basically. Okay, so that's where it's used. It's the same button all the time. It doesn't, like, I don't change the button.
This is so fancy. I love it. Seriously, I do love it. So you're plopping in and you're saying if there's a next step, you're using the async pipe.
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
as next step, like if we don't have that alias, can we just say next step $ over there, like in the router link? Like, do we have to have the alias? Does anybody know? I'm getting weird faces from all three of you, and it's not that weird of a question.
So the next step is the next step $, we're assuming is an observable. So the async pipe is going to unwrap it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when it unwraps it, you want to get the return value that was unwrapped. And so we store that as a template variable with the as syntax. And now you can use that unwrapped value in your template. Like that's done in
the
here
only
to feed
way
to
to
the
use
router
that.
link.
That's the only way to use the value of that. Like there's no other way to like point back to that.
There is
value.
Oh no, there is another way.
It depends.
There's always another way.
Well, if to extract because I'm saying if there is value, okay. If there isn't a value, I don't want to show this button at all. But if there is a value, then show everything, and then with ngIf I can already extract the value and use it, because otherwise I would have to use next step pipe async everywhere. So I can like basically use it. Where do I use that? Here. So the router link gets a next step. It could also get next step async, right? It would be the same thing, but if I already have it once, it's like having two different subscriptions now to next step, one here and one here. And I can also have another one like doing like this, another one, next step. Async. And then it would be another subscription. But I don't need it. I need it only once and to extract the value, right? So this is another way that we can do that.
It's just like magazines. You don't want to subscribe more than once. It's good enough that my wife and I get one copy of Ladies Home Journal. We don't need a second subscription to get the same thing again.
Unless you have a subscription to highlights and you want to solve the puzzles multiple times, then you need multiple subscriptions to the Highlights magazine. That is
probably the only magazine I will ever have a subscription to, and I'm not a child anymore. I love Highlights. Why would you bring this up? I could just go on a whole tangent about Highlights. Anyways, Mike.
But no, to Justin's point, that there are so there's general rules that you don't want to have more than one subscription to a magazine, but there are exceptions and times that you actually do want to have multiple subscriptions.
Yeah, like if you're doing something weird with one of them.
We always do weird things.
But yeah, we always.
Listen, I've seen your code. You do some weird things to those observables. I liked what Afsar said. He said having an alias is like subscribing to an observable in the template. So did you change it? Wait, go back to the code. Did you leave it changed and just to like show the button still doing its bits?
Yeah, so I think that actually this shows my problem here.
Does?
That we're going to debug. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Multiple subscriptions to an observable that for some reason doesn't emit the value to all the subscriptions. Let's see if I, because now I added this just showing the step and
So it's gonna like print it out.
So if I'm taking the value, okay, so you could see it, okay. So if it's just the value, then you can see the name of the step, right, the route. But and if I'm gonna progress to the next one and the next one, so basically you're supposed to see it, okay? It's not the current step, it's the next one. So it's okay. But if I subscribe to it, again, then I don't get the value. And do you have any idea why that happens? And that's the problem that I have.
I assumed that us using that async pipe was us subscribing to it. So shouldn't it be printing even if it's not the same one? No?
Well,
that's the mystery.
Can you go back? Can you go back to the code for that service? Because looking at the consumption, I think we understand what the scenario is. But looking at the code will help us to
let us see the service, yo.
Yeah. So, well, my problem was the way that I found out about this bug was because I wanted to use the same observable for the start button to get the first route, because it should be the same one as the next button right now, right? But it doesn't give it to me. Well, I fixed it by having the route hard-coded, but, and you say, now I have it. Now I do have it, but now I don't. Okay.
You got it, Justin?
So, where...
you already know, Mike? Gosh darn it! So frustrating how smart some people are. All right, keep going. Wait, Justin, is this your I don't have it face? Is this a competition of who gets it first?
Alyssa, don't pressure me. Don't pressure me, okay? I'm working.
No, I'm not pressuring you. I would never pressure you.
Pressure
I'm still trying to understand what predicate means. So I'm like 10 leagues behind you. You should feel zero pressure here. Now, this is the part like RxJS when Shmuela was like, I have RxJS bugs. I was like, at least you have RxJS. Some people are stuck in the front of the front end. Like, I'm just like, okay, we can do this, Alyssa. Don't get scared by that filter and map. You can read that. Sure, that totally makes sense.
Okay, well, I can go through this quickly, but this is like, it's not part of the bug, because I have an idea why I have this bug, but I just
tell us your idea. I want to hear that. Can you tell me?
Really?
What do you think it is? Yeah, tell me.
I want to give another minute for everyone to kind of think about
it. Contemplate it. I gotcha.
The thing is that I think I know what the reason is, but I tried to fix it, and there was like a new API in RxJS for doing stuff, and like I didn't have probably enough experience in what I was doing. I didn't understand what I was doing, and with the new API, I got confused, and I didn't have enough time before the conference to fix it. So I just have it hard-coded. But now you can help me out. We can read the docs together of RxJS. So does anyone in the chat, I can't see the chat, but maybe someone has an idea about what's wrong here with this observable? Why does it give the value to one subscriber, but the other doesn't get the same value?
Mike's raising his hand. I see a raised hand.
Yeah. So I'm theorizing, but I believe it's because the router events observable is hot, which means that it emits events even if nothing's subscribed to it.
How do you make something hot?
That's a much deeper conversation I don't really have a good answer for. So, punt. So,
Are you being sassy with me right now? That was
No.
a very technical question, sir.
no. Hot just means that it emits values even if nothing's subscribed to it.
I know, but shouldn't there
It's
be
like if
some
you-
indicator of why it's hot? Like, it's not just choosing to be hot because it's now has a subconscious and it's like, I want to be hot, right? Like, what
It's
makes it hot?
architected to be hot, right? It's built to be
Okay.
hot. Like if you take your garden hose and you open up the spigot and just let it run, that's running stream. If you say, hey, garden hose, I'm ready for some water, and the spigot turns and then closes, like that's asking for it, once and getting a stream once.
Are they by
cold.
default open like that then? Is that the initial
depends.
like?
It depends.
No,
Depends on how
it
it's
should not
architected.
depend. There should be
Well,
a
that's
yes
a
or no
challenge.
to this.
That's one of the challenges I think of, like, when you grab an observable stream, you don't necessarily know. It's not really clear offhand if it's hot or cold so how could you understand that more? I don't know.
So this is the concept of like a user event, right? Something happened and you missed it. Like if I subscribe to click events, the user clicks a button. And if you can click the button all day long, you stop, and then I subscribe, I'm not going to get any of those click events because they've happened in the past.
Yeah.
Connie in the
Exactly.
chat said,
So-
it is not cached by share replay ?
Yeah. So what's happening is that in the template, in the outer anchor tag, you have an ng if. And the ng if basically says, if this is false, like until I get something, don't do anything on the inside. Don't render any of the inside stuff. So what happens is that value is going to come through to make that if true. And then it's going to go to the inside and it's going to say, hey, look, I'm starting now. I need to subscribe because of the async pipe there on line 2. And when it subscribes, it's going to say, cool, I'm waiting for an event. You let me know. But that router event is already come and gone. You missed the train.
Oh, are you saying because my ng?
I'm saying the train left the station. Head back to platform 9 3/4.
You two are goofballs. No, seriously, because the ngIf is there, he caught the event, and so now nobody else can catch it.
I'm saying that.
Is that true? Is that not true?
I'm saying that the inner one on line 2 is trying to catch the train after it's already left, because it left the station when line 1 became true.
Yeah. So
But
is it also logical? Does it explain what happens in the main component? Where is the main component? Here.
So
Home.
hold on, can we prove this real quick?
I need proof. Proof of
Can
train leaving.
Can you go back to footer real quick?
To where? To the service?
Yeah. Yep. Can you move line 2 either move it outside of the anchor tag, either before or after?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's
So
see.
basically outside the scope of the ng if.
Yeah, here we have it.
Yeah.
That's
Can you
right.
click the button?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
We
It
didn't
gets the
change
right-
we didn't change the button at all.
No, I just wanted her to click it so that we could see it change. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if I want to do the same thing now, where was it, the footer component?
Yes.
Okay, so I want to do the same thing in the home component. Okay, and I need to inject the step service, right?
Yeah.
And then get the next step. So let's just take all of this. And where's my home component again? Over here, and I've got lots of stuff here. No,
Ooh.
that's the no, that's a test. That's a test. No, yeah, too much stuff. No, it can't be right. Too much code that we don't understand. So it's not a.
I love you so much, Molly. You're amazing. You're like me when I navigate somebody's app. I'm like, let's close that file. Woof. Ooh, slowly move away.
Anyway. No, too long. You have to split it to different components. Have dumb components, right?
Okay, so you copied
All right.
this. Now you're putting. Where are
Okay.
we again? I can't see.
So
what
now
file
we're in the home component, and I'm gonna use the next in the router link of this heart. So its next step, async without div, right? Because it's supposed to get the first route. If we see the heart, it's supposed to get the first route. Right?
One piece though.
So,
yes, piece it, Mike. Piece it together.
So you've gone from an empty URL. Go back to the code real quick.
You're talking about with the next steps?
Yeah.
And how there's nothing and then there's something?
Actually, yeah. So you're good. Can you hover over that again?
Hover?
Over the button in the UI?
What?
You go back in the browser.
Yeah.
Hover over the button. And in the bottom left, if you look at the URL,
it says
it's telling you that it's trying to go to that string. So you need to bind to the property and tell Angular that that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Otherwise, it's just hard to code in the attribute.
Wait, what?
Maybe that was.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Is it
now?
Fixed? Why is there nothing on hover? I see nothing on hover.
Oh,
you have broken our application. You are fired.
Oh my God, you're reminding me of someone so much right now. Never mind.
You're saying this character isn't made up. It's a real life person.
Yeah, it is. Someone who's almost as crazy as you are. Almost. One thing, something that we forgot to do as developers of a front-end application is to open the dev tools. Always open the dev tools. I always say that. Always open the dev tools when you're working on your app. So you can see the error codes here. I don't know if you can see actually the error code. No, nothing. Yeah, so it doesn't even give me any error.
Mike, why did you break it? And can you please fix it? Thank you.
It's kind of what I do.
I can fix it.
Can you inspect that element? What, Justin? You can fix it?
Justin's going to fix it, Mike. He's going to clean up your mess.
That's how we roll.
So you were thinking that you needed to bind it differently. What are you thinking, Justin? What's going on here?
It doesn't have anything on the router link.
So the router link is empty?
Yeah.
So this is your first route, right? At this point, you come into the app and it's your first route. A couple things I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that router navigation completed actually fires on the initial route. It might not, right? It might fire only on every subsequent route once the app is loaded. So if that's the case, then you wouldn't even have a value coming through the stream. So it wouldn't have anything to render, right?
But I have it in the footer.
That's a good debugging scenario. So you say, okay, so we do have something down there, right? So then, the next would be,
Can you? Can you print it on the page? Like, is it there? Is it just like the way that we're trying to plug it into the router that's broken, or is it? It exists, right? Because before you changed that, we were getting something.
So, so let's take a look here. So we have the header and the footer, and then we have the main component, which has router outlet. Sorry, I'm in a public place. Okay, so the main component has the router outlet. So what we see with the heart and everything is actually loaded with the routes. But like you saw, the header and the footer are loaded before, it doesn't depend on any routes. So I think that the route of the home screen loads after it fires this route. Where was?
I'm thinking app main missed the train as well.
Here.
Who's,
So the
but we don't
navigation.
have an ngIf, so why would it miss the train?
Because it's
Like,
already
it just
finished.
loaded too
The
late or
navigation
something?
has ended and said, all right, I'm presenting this component. That component boots up. Because if you were to put a tap here, you'll see the one from, or the subscription coming through from the footer. But if we also put another console login for the constructor of the component,
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that this happens for the footer instance before the component's loaded.
Oh my god, too much. Too many things.
No, you're fine with that. You just need to move it after the filtering.
Yeah, I did
Or was it after the filtering?
both.
Oh, yeah. Because then we only care about navigation end.
So
ID1 URL /
yeah, I have both of them, but basically, I think it is the problem of this cold and hot subscriptions. Like, yeah, the train has left, and there was. I used to use when you create an observable, it's called a subject, and then you have also a special kind of. Is it subject? How do you create the one that you use by yourself? Like, if I want to do next step is equals.
Alyssa knows
Like
which operator that is.
Behavior subject?
A behavior subject, yeah. So a behavior subject would keep the last fired event and would give it to whoever subscribes to it after.
Yes.
Right.
So you're
but
right.
I don't know how to change it to actually be a behavior subject, and I don't know, like, what you said about cold and hot observables. I actually thought it was the other way around. This is a cold one, and that's why I don't get the value, and the hot one preserves it. But maybe I totally missed this concept.
Yep. So what a behavior subject is doing is it's creating a buffer, essentially, of whenever a value is emitted, I'm going to hold on to the most recent one. And then if anybody subscribes to me, even after they've missed the train, if it's already gone through, it'll say, haha, don't worry, I got you. Here's
the
your
last
value.
one. But it only has the last one.
Yeah.
It only has the last one. You're right.
So would you say that's like a lukewarm observable?
No, it's still hot. Because the observable fires regardless if something is subscribed to it. That's where the temperature change comes from.
Nice.
But you don't necessarily have to use a behavior subject to get that behavior. That's really bad.
Oh, you have to tell us. Tell us, Mike.
Expectation of hold a value. There's an operator called share replay.
Oh, Connie already said it.
She did.
Connie already said it in the chat. Woo.
So what that's going to do.
How do I use it?
Oh
no, go ahead.
No, you're good. So you have your observable fully built at this point, and what you want to say is hold on to the last value that comes through here. So whenever anybody comes through, don't worry, I'll give you a value whenever you subscribe. So you can use share replay, which is just like map. So just type share replay with a capital R, second R. And that takes an argument of how many values, a buffer of how many values you want to buffer. And nobody cares about the previous routes. I don't care about your routing history or anything else. I don't need to know that you were at CNN or ESPN or Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever. I only need the last one. Where'd you come from? Where are you at now?
Did you see that? How it like Webstorm plumped in buffer size when she typed 1? So like, do you have to have a
whoa.
Webstorm
so you're more
extension?
concerned about that little.
No, this is cool too.
My explanation.
You got to let Webstorm shine, Mike. You just got to let it shine. I know you want to suppress
Mike,
it, but let it shine.
I just have to real quick understand.
It's got to fly.
Does Webstorm just do this by default, or do you have to have an extension for RxJS?
No, it's by default. Comes with it bundled.
Yeah, It only costs about like 700 megs of RAM.
It does not. Whatever. Mr. 27 cores. Hey, this looks like it's going to solve it. Can we see it? Because we
I
are
know,
getting close to the time.
I was going to
so-
say, is it
Okay.
actually going to fix it? Will it be there?
Let's try.
And Connie, you did call it. Good job.
Oh my God. I think that the buffer size was the thing that I was missing. When I tried
I think
to
there
fix
used to
it.
be an
And I
earlier
think-
version that defaulted the value there. I think that having the required buffer size is newer. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's the case.
So, Mike, you're saying
let's
that we
try
can use
without.
share replay to hold on to the last one,
Again.
which we could also do with the behavior subject, but that's overkill, you were thinking in your brain?
Yes. We already have the observable. We don't need a new mechanism to output values. We can just use the observable.
Oh my gosh. How cool.
I don't know, maybe it still has this default value because it works also without putting the buffer size.
You can hover over it and it'll tell you the
No
parameter.
documentation found
Ah.
because this is some voodoo that you are doing in your RxJS, and I do not agree. That's Webstorm, not me talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it is
optional.
an optional
but,
parameter.
yeah, but what you can do also in VS Code or other IDs, you can just click on it. How do you click on it? No, Control, and go to the documentation. And then
There it is.
What?
Nice. Why use a share play?
And no, but it doesn't give me enough information. Yeah. There are examples here, but sometimes you just get to the right place that tells you exactly what you need to know when you do that. Maybe if I click on it again, I don't know, it just tells me where I'm using it. Yeah, sometimes you get to the implementation actually of the function, which is really cool. But here I think it's just the TypeScript, what do you call, typings.
This was so much fun, Shmuela. I cannot tell you, like, just talking code with you. I feel like I need to like find out what your next event is and stalk you until you pair program with me. I think that'll be I'll add that to my agenda.
I love it. I love it. Let's do pair programming. Like, I don't know, whenever you're thinking about, I just need to pair program with someone.
And Mike and
once a
Justin,
month,
you
I don't
both,
know.
just the way you explain things is beautiful. It's like, you should, if you're not making big dollars, you all should be making big dollars for your big brains. That is all.
I summoned Justin's brain power because he's trying to de-stress, so that's why I tried to answer today using his brain power.
Oh goodness. Well, I know we are past the top of the hour, and Shmuela, I know it's late for you and you've got babies, but I just wanted to see if you had any picks for today. Does anybody have any picks for wrapping? This was amazing. Learned so much, and chat was like super involved. Like, you brought out the best in chat, Shmuela.
Cool. I'm really glad. Let me commit and push this.
Perfect.
If we did
yes.
something good, right?
Mm-hmm. And Shorty, you shared that link earlier, yeah, to the chat.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm just. Here another thing that you can do. Just fix stuff that we don't need, and oops. Yeah, let's remove this. Okay. So yeah, I forgot how committing also takes time. But yeah. Fix.
Mike or Justin, do you have any picks for today? I'll ask Shmuela hers after she's done.
I do, but I'll let Justin go first if he has any picks.
You need to go first because I'm still thinking.
That's fine.
He's buffering. We need like actual buffers for people. That would be really helpful, I feel like.
I'm gonna take a second and self-promote for a minute. My pick is me, and I talked about grateful for health. I've been on a journey to lose weight over the last 3-4 months or so. And as of this morning, when I went to weigh in, I am down a little over 50 pounds. Super excited.
Oh.
And to celebrate, I brought something out of the closet. 2 things, actually.
Oh.
One is 4 years ago, I was on stage at NGConf and got this. So I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yes.
But That was 4 years ago. And 3 years ago, I gave a talk with Shai.
Mhm.
And he generously gave me a T-shirt that, due to my size, I was not able to wear. At least not that would look decent. But today, I had that shirt on.
Oh my gosh, local storage.
I was happy to be able to break that out of the closet and finally wear the shirt that I've been
That's
preserving for 3 years.
awesome. Connie, Kate, Asfar, and Facundo, forgive me if I said that
Facundo.
wrong. All giving you props. I'm proud of you, Mike.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That is so rad. I don't know if I even want to try and put anything out there that would like top or compete with that. So I'm going to go along the same lines of praising you, and I am going to have my pick be these Gunner, what I call blue blocker glasses that Mike told me about. He got some, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a try because Mike's rocking them, so they must be cool.
Mhm.
And so I got a pair. Actually, honestly, I got 2 pairs because I don't know what style I like. So I just said, let's roll with it. But yeah, they block the blue light out, right? And so supposedly help your eye fatigue for staring at the computer screen or whatnot for a while. And I'm giving them a run. So that's my pick. Thanks, Mike, for putting me onto those.
I know
especially your eyes.
Chat was asking where the code is. I pasted the link in private chat, but SHMOOL is her GitHub handle. So you can find the code on GitHubs.
Justin will share it.
Yes. Thank you, darling.
Remedy.
And it's called Remedy.
Yeah, so just less Remedy.
My pick is I go live in 50 minutes on the Code It Live channel on Twitch. And we'll be doing some .NET MAUI programming. Gonna kind of pivot. We're gonna pivot. You know that meme? Okay, yeah. So Shmuela, what's your pick or picks? What do you got? What do you want to shout out to today?
Oh my God. Wow. Can I have like 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So first is like Angular related. There's the Angular World Tour. And they're having the members of the Angular core team participate in meetups all around the world. So if you're organizing a meetup, get in contact with the Angular World Tour. I'm organizing such a meetup in the end of March 30th, and it's online, so you can also participate there. I'll send a link on the chat. And the 2 other things that I want to mention are the things that gave me inspiration to the talk about stress and dislocation, to the breathing and the gratitude and everything. So the first one is Alison Armstrong. She's been studying men, basically, in the past, 30 years. And I've learned a lot from her. So she's studying like how might behave a bit differently and how to understand them. And it really actually changed my life because stress between my husband and I. So because I finally understand why he works the way he does, how his brain works. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Like you might think that there is no difference. And sometimes we also, like women, sometimes behave like men would, or men would behave like women. But like most of the time, he is this way, and I'm thinking working in a different way. So check her out. And another one is the life hack method. You can look them up on YouTube, and they're talking about how to live the life that you want, how to be less stressful in what you do in your job. The whole thing about mission, vision that comes from them, and also the gratitude. So it also really made a huge improvement in my life, where I could say, okay, if I want to work in something, I'm going to work in that, and if not, I'm going to just resign and do my own stuff, and I don't need to work long hours every day to get to where I want to get to and to make a difference in this world. I can just focus my efforts just a few hours every day, and then the rest of the day I can be with my family, with my kids, or doing whatever I want. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's it.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Mike. What you got? What you got?
I have one more pick because it needs to be mentioned again.
What?
NG Girls needs to be mentioned again. If you're looking for a place to be able to learn Angular in a safe, comforting, supportive environment, check out NG Girls. I'll keep on wanting to say Angular Girls, NG Girls.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for the beautiful picks and the wonderful episode. And Shmuela, I can't thank you enough. I know you fit us in with your insane schedule, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for what you do for the community and just for being on with us today. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I enjoy your podcast so much, and thank you for having me. And I heard you talked to some podcast about maybe some awards for recurring
Yes.
guests.
Yes. Yes. You're breaking up a bit. You were saying you heard about the recurring guest award, which I think we're going to do a fat head. Have you seen those? They're printouts of someone's face really big of just Mike's face, like as the award for the most occurring. Are you saying we should put you in the running? Are you, your wall does need one, Justin. You were breaking up a little bit. What were you saying?
We can debug more apps.
Oh yeah, no, I would really love that. And honestly, I learned so much today, and chat seemed to love it. So thank you all. Oh, chat's saying that's a wrap. Thank you. Awesome, beautiful. Hi, chat. All right. Well, thanks everybody. We're wrapping up for today, but we will see you Friday. We have another guest. It's a full week. I told you we'd like to sneak it in. So we'll see you Friday.